Hey friends, welcome back to Watavue Mountain. You guessed it, we're at the mountain today. Just had to make a quick trip up here. It's, I don't know, the middle of December, and normally we do not get below freezing temperatures until January, February. So I just did a trip back home to Pennsylvania for 3 weeks. While I was there, it got down to 21 degrees here on the mountain. So just a quick day trip. We're gonna go inspect. I don't know if you remember, but last year I had a blowout on the those filters. I got 3 filters for a water system, and I had a blowout on all 3 of them. So I had to order new canisters for that. So today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna inspect those canisters, make sure, hopefully, fingers crossed, that they are in good shape and they survived that 21 degrees. And then we're gonna go ahead and do a temporary solution to help keep the wind off of those canisters, so that if they aren't broken, they don't break, and just to help keep that a little more insulated. But again, just a quick temporary solution. This should be a real quick video. So thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. You know, we're absolutely blessed to be here, to have you along with us, and to be on this journey. So enough of me rambling. Let's go take a look underneath and see what we got. Let's get to busy. Well, that's pretty obvious, isn't it? It blew the bottom right off of that middle one. I don't see any cracks on the other 2. So I can't even test the system because that's in the way. What we can do though is I'm going to turn off these shut-off valves here, shut these off, open these up so we can bypass and make sure we don't have any leaks anywhere else. So, and then make sure, last year this little housing on this pump cracked. So let me get this switched around. We'll go flip some power on, and then we'll come back down and see what we got. So we'll start here at the hot water heater. It looks good here. I don't see anything leaking. That's good. I had these valves open, so that gave that a little space to come out. Under here, I don't see anything. Don't hear anything. No leaks there. Of course, I'm really interested in the connections. All right, let's walk down to the other end, because as you know, there are a bunch of connections down there. Let's make sure they're all still good. All right, like I said, turn these off, turn these on so my bypass is working, because I clearly am going to have to replace that. The good thing is the pump was running. This guy's not leaking, so we dodged a bullet there, and hopefully I just have one of those that's broken. Unfortunately, I won't know until I replace that middle one and then pressurize the system and check those. But all these fittings look good. You can't hear it because it's not running, but the pump is on and we don't have anything springing a leak anywhere, and we got water running. So now we know the situation of the water. Let's see how we're going to get this underpin wrapped up and covered up just to keep it out of the wind. All right, got our helper Dexter with us today. He's been running, so he needed a little water. So this is going to be the plan. I got this old roll of plastic here that I got when we were first building the cabin to try to cover everything up when there was a rainstorm, and clearly I did not use it all. So the idea is I'm going to wrap that around these 4 posts. So it should be 8, 16, 20, it should be 32 feet. It might be easier for me just to measure that and roll it out, but you know I don't like to do anything easy, so I'm probably just going to tote that thing all the way around, make sure I have enough. Then I'm going to use the screws and the 2x4s to secure it in place. So you could use staples, but I found in the past, I've done it before where I try to keep it closed underneath. The staples won't hold, because when the wind starts blowing, it's going to pop those staples or it's going to rip through the plastic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put these 2x4s on there to help secure that plastic a little bit better, so that if it does get real windy, which it normally does up here, then it's not ripping the plastic off and creating big holes. So let me think about this and see if I'm going to just unroll that to 32 feet or 35 feet or whatever, or if I'm gonna just try to tote that big heavy thing all the way around. So let me think about this and get the tripod set up, and we'll go from there. All right, I figured why not, for once in my life, try to work smarter instead of harder. So I got the tape measure. I'm just gonna roll this out. And we're just going in generalities here. So right there's 9 feet. Going about there. So that's 8 feet, 9 and 8 is 17 feet. Another 9 feet, 26 feet. It might have just been easier just to do the whole thing, if I have enough. What'd I say, 26 feet? So there's another 9 feet. So 35 feet, 8, 16, 24, 32. We'll take it just a little bit further, just to make sure I didn't hose myself. Okay, and then I'm going to roll this up now backwards, because this will be just a little bit lighter than the rest of that. So we'll roll this up, and then we'll go over there and start stapling it in place. So I'm just going to start right here, just because I'm here. And as you can see, this is like 8 or 10 feet thick, so I don't necessarily have to go straight to the posts or go underneath this siding. I'm just trying to get it all the way around so that we're covered. So I'm just going to pull it over. Throw a couple staples in it as I go. And then I'm just gonna unwrap it all the way around. And that's it. All right, you'll have to excuse the crunching. There's leaves everywhere. So, like I said, just went around. Got to get those grinding rods in, but they'll be all right for now. And then stapled as I went. Thankfully, the water's already covered. Stapled, made the bend here. Came around. I'll staple that up top just a little bit more. Maybe throw a board up there too. I hadn't decided yet. But I'll definitely throw a board on that post. Throw a board on this post over here. And then same thing, stapled up top there. And I'll probably throw a board up there because that's a lot of surface area to catch that wind. And then back there's the front corner. So measurements worked out just fine. Yeah, there's lots of extra laying on the ground. I'll probably use some of these pipes and this extra boards here just to help keep that down so it doesn't blow up and let wind go underneath it. But let me do all that and then we'll come back and take a look at it. Now that I've explained exactly what I'm going to do, it's hard for me to film and do the things. Maybe I'll just show you out front and then I'll come back here and do these. Got the post right here. I already got a couple of screws in my board. And then I'm just going to try to tuck that under a little bit so that this plastic doesn't hold a bunch of rain. Not that I'm worried about mosquitoes right now, but in the spring definitely. So find my post right there. I don't know if this, there we go. And I'm just feeling for the post right there. And then I'm going to screw this in. Maybe. My battery already did. Jeez. And there you go. And then that'll hold that in place and keep that wind from whipping around too much. So let me go around and do the rest of these and then we'll take a walk around. Actually, I might put some rocks and stuff on the other plastic. I'm just going to finish this all up and then I'll show you the end result. All right, let's walk and talk. As you can see, I got that board screwed to that stud. I got a couple rocks there, a bunch of staples on top. I'm debating if I should just go ahead and screw some boards on top out here too. I don't know about those staples, but I think the sides will hold it enough that even if those pop out, the wind won't go directly onto all that stuff. Same thing, little 12 by 12 there, stapled all the way along. Again, I got that screwed in there. Same thing back here, more rocks. I put that board up top. I might put some more staples there, but I think it'll be okay. And I got the cement mixers under here, as you saw. So I got the wheel of the cement mixer over there on that corner. And then the same thing on the home stretch. I got that board on the side. I got a board up top there. A bunch of rocks and stuff on the bottom just to keep that from blowing up and blowing off. But that should keep us out of the wind temporarily until we can get this enclosed on a more permanent basis. So there you go, friends. Pretty straightforward. This was a recommendation by actually my plumbing folks at Harris Plumbing and Electric. Like I said, apparently we missed the mark. Wasn't not expecting it to get down to 21 degrees the first week of December, but it did. And it is what it is. So I'll go back and figure out where I ordered these from. I don't even remember. If I can find it before I post this video, I'll put it in the description here, or I'll put it down below of where I got those canisters. And but hopefully, like I said, the other two look like they're in good shape. Last time they cracked, I could see cracks, visible cracks at the top or the bottom or all the way down the side. And they both look pretty good after I did a visual inspection on them. So hopefully this keeps us in good shape and for the rest of the winter. And then, you know, we still have water on the bypass. It's not getting filtered, but we're not using it to drink or anything like that anyhow. So it's really just for showers and to wash dishes and stuff like that. So not a real big deal that we have it on the bypass. So yeah, pretty cheap, pretty easy, pretty straightforward. That roll of plastic, I think it was 100 feet altogether, and it might have cost me 50 bucks, 30 bucks. I'll look that up too and see if I can find it. The staples, the boards. I get a lot of people like, why do you keep all that crap? Now you know why I keep all these extra 2x4s, just for things like this. I only had to cut one. The rest were already perfectly sized for this application. So so it worked out good. So thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. As always, we're absolutely blessed. I know some people would look at this and be like, oh, what a catastrophe. But, you know, it's all part of the journey. It's all part of the learning. You know, Mother Nature's going to do her own thing. So there's no need for me to get upset about it or get my nose all twisted up, because it just is what it is. So thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. As always, if you like what we're doing, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon over there. Look up this way. We're going to post another video, probably something related to the cabin. Even though it's coming up on the holiday season, we don't really have time to get up here and do these kinds of things, but it is what it is. So thanks for coming. Thanks for checking us out. Till next time, be safe. God bless.